Right up. Welcome to. Good to see you. So that looks like a nice beard.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Yeah. So
I think somebody need to hike out on the other side.
yeah, we got it. Oh, we're not underwater yet. That's okay.
I think it's fine. You can probably leave the boat and.
Yeah.
On the other side.
Okay. So it's just explained to everyone we're about 20 metres off the rocks and the lee shore, and we've got a northerlies now just turned up. Beautiful breeze for sailing, eh? And it wasn't here.
Well, I spent the best part of my youth trying to get into the Hobart Gate.
Yeah.
And I grew old waiting for breeze, and I got grey in my beard much more than before. That's the story of my last 3 days.
I know, we were watching. Ours was only 8 hours, and I thought, oh, poor Abhilash, he's been here for bloody days. But anyway.
No, it's fine. But before we proceed with the interview, I want to apologize for my wonderfully rude behavior at.
Hey, look,
no, please, hold on, please. It's my thing. It's not about you.
Yeah.
I am a guy like that, but not in public.
No one was watching. It's okay.
And next time you see a sailor who's been stuck in a high for 3 days and who's been away from land for 50 days, don't shove a camera in front of his face and ask for his opinions.
Yep, don't worry. I know where you come from. You and I know each other. It's cool. Yeah,
so,
it's cool.
Okay, and this is for anybody who's heard the interview. I truly apologize, and I'm not like that in public. I'm like more civil and cordial.
Look, I put it down to, because we know each other. This is the GGR.
It's not right to do it on a public forum, especially when we're discussing something that's so close to your heart and mine. Because we both represent either side of GGR. You're that really mad chap who's trying to change sailing forever by introducing this sort of a race, and we are the other side where we are the mad guys who are going and doing it. So we should ideally be supporting, not putting across a point in such a way in a public forum.
Yeah, but Jane, put it on me. The reality is, I'm the first one to know that the GGR is a mind game, and it's really tough. It's really. So I appreciate what you're saying, and
it's worse than before. In the sense, 2018 there was no problem because we were getting updates from home. Like I get one message from my wife, one voice message or text message. Even if it's like asking for some detail, I know things are fine. And the fact is that when I'm at sea, I don't stop being a father or a husband, and I'm worried about home. And this time there's no news. But like I tell everybody, I know about the coup in Burkina Faso. I know about the male contraception drive in Uganda. I don't know what's happening at my own home.
Part of the GGR. Anyway, but it's Let's talk about the GGR.
Okay, if you want to scratch a wound, let's start.
No. I mean your sailing experience. Forget about the GGR. You've just sailed from Cape Town to here, right? And what's your impressions? What's going on in your head? Because just talk to us about.
Okay,
this
first point is congratulations because you got the timing really right. The front of the fleet I think has had some blows, but it's not like 2018 where it was spring and we had systems where you couldn't go south, you couldn't go north, you couldn't wait it out, you couldn't just do anything. But here we have some regularity in the system, so I believe
off the boat.
You're not allowed to touch the boat. You're not allowed to touch the boat. It's a $5,000 fine. Huh? Oh, gee,
what happened?
Someone's complaining about the drone, but anyway, that's fine. That's life. It's live.
Yeah.
So
I think that's one thing that really got right. Congratulations on that. So that's one thing. And second is personally for me, I think.
You're all silent. Are they doing this in the Hobart or something?
No. It's a solo around the world yacht race. It's all under permit. It's all okay.
Huh?
This is all under permit. It's all okay. It's a solo around the world yacht race. Okay?
Well, they have a drone.
Yeah. It's all.
Who just sailed halfway around the world.
Yeah. So anyway, they think you're Sydney Hobart. Your first one in. First one in for the Sydney Hobart.
I'm the winner of this Sydney Hobart.
Anyway.
Right. So I'll tell you what. I mean, this boat has a history. It's not crossed Cape Town. So it had a bit of a tantrum, which came out through me probably. Anyway, and when I crossed that point where I had the accident, I felt very light, and that was a very a very physical experience. I felt something leave me, and thing like that. And looking back, I realized that throughout the voyage, right from the start till that point, I had like my jaws were tight and my shoulders were tight, or my thighs were tight. I was like crunching. But the moment I crossed that point, it just left me.
Cool.
I feel light.
Yeah.
And all the albatross babies reminding of my own baby, and the seals, and all the trash reminding me of civilization.
Yeah. You saw a bit down there.
I'm sorry.
You saw a bit of trash.
Lots, much.
In the Southern Ocean.
40, maybe up to 45. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, 100%, and that too big chunks, like this big chunk of plastic floating.
Yeah.
But the good thing is there's no barnacle on it. So probably whoever is throwing it is kind of coating it with anti-fouling, and
maybe. Yeah, maybe. So that's cool.
Another thing, I saw a flying fish at 41 degrees south.
Wow.
Yes, that's. I mean, seriously, some warm current is going real far down south.
Yeah.
And I saw albatross at 27 south, which is much earlier. I saw the white and brown albatross together at 27, which was a bit earlier.
Yeah.
So yes, I mean, I've seen things change from the last 10 years.
Yeah, crazy. So just to remind people, you did a solo non-stop circumnavigation which year?
Exactly 10 years ago.
Exactly 10 years ago.
Yes, and
this season 10 years ago.
What?
This season 10 years ago.
Yes, New Year's I was at the International Dateline.
Oh yeah.
So I had 2 New Years. I was the first guy to welcome 2013, and then I crossed the line and said bye to 2012 again.
You did a circle.
Yes, and I rounded Cape Leuven on 2012, which was the last day of the Mayan calendar, and the world was supposed to end that day.
Jeepers. Too much thought going into that.
Yeah.
So when we're coming in, I couldn't quite hear, but we had a quick session. You had a couple of highlights coming in here with seals, penguins, albatross, dolphins.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I saw land, I think 2 days ago on Christmas 25th evening, and before the sunset. And then ever since I've been trying to get into Hobart.
Yeah.
And I was really tired, and this morning I kind of slept for another 10-15 minutes. During this time the breeze picked, and I was hallucinating that my wife was whispering something in my ears, and I was like kind of talking to her in this thing, and then my eyes opened, and then I ran out, and I see this huge wall of rock, and I'm going into it at 6 knots.
Whoa!
Barely, maybe 500 meters. So it's another 10 minutes of sleep, and I could have been a fixing mark.
Wow!
Yeah. So that's a real danger of not sleeping. And we as pilots are kind of introduced to it early on, but in sailing I experienced it for real.
Yeah.
And I saw that huge rock staring at me, and when I tag, I see dolphins jumping around me, and this is probably the second time I'm seeing dolphins in this entire trip.
Yeah.
So I see dolphins, I see seals, I see albatrosses, and some other sort of birds flying. It is beautiful, wonderful, and whenever you search for the any pictures of Storm Bay on the internet, it's that rock that you see, and I saw it in all its glory with the sun shining on it, and it was incredible.
Yeah, it was pretty classic, but okay, so that's interesting.
Oh, but there was a spectator, there was a motorboat which was like waiting a few hundred meters away to see me crash into it.
Oh, jeez. Okay, well I'm glad he didn't get his money's worth. Anyway, that's cool. So, and what's the broken pipe? You had a broken pipe there.
You see that tube on the port side? The aluminium tube. So I had 2, one on port, one on starboard.
Yeah, that's right.
And they are supposed to be leading lines for the wind pilot, so that the lines go at a 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
Now that 30-degree bend happened in the Bay of Biscay in the upwind we did.
Yeah.
And then the port one broke when I entered Cape Town.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things of wind pilot that broke.
Yeah.
The second thing that broke much later was, you see that aluminium paddle that goes up? That broke.
Yeah. Okay.
And that sheared off. But I think it's got more to do with the accident in the Bay of Biscay before the race. Because there was a sudden jerk on it. And that it was already had a play when I was crossing the equator. So it finally sheared off. But anyway, I have Peter had supplied another part for me. It's right behind, there's a rod at the stern. So I managed to fit it. And 5 days out of Cape Town I fitted it, and it was working fine for one day, and then the next day I wake and both the bolts are
just gone.
And then I look for exact size and I find 2 of them, but the threads are only till here. And I don't have washers or anything to cover this part. So I take that pipe and I saw it off and make 2 spacers, and then I fit it in.
Okay, that's cool. So what about the rig? The rig looks all right? No problems?
I think it's shrunk a bit in the cold, but otherwise it's fine.
That's all right. The nose
so that's another thing. My spine is also, I need to know the thermal expansion coefficient of titanium, because I need to calculate how much my spine shrinks with each degree.
Taller or shorter?
Yeah, exactly.
So healthy, it's good? Your back's not a problem?
I don't feel a thing, to be honest. Good. In fact, in the last race I did have some back issues. The regular issues. But this time, touchwood, that's not there.
Cool. Okay, that's good. So the boat's all good. The sails still look good. Everything, and your bottom's clean. You're just seeing some ablation of the anti-fouling, another colour coming up underneath it.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, we
really worked on the underwater a lot. In fact, all the outboard discharges, the inlets, they all have been. We put epoxy around it. And sanded it to make it smooth, so that there's nothing, not even 3-4 millimeters jutting out. So it's like a very smooth finish.
It's cool. It looks really good. You don't even seem to have anything on the hull above the waterline. On the back, I couldn't see anything. There's a couple there. No, it's clean.
There's one guy who dived, and he's like, it's pretty clean. And I said, of course, I should get an award for coming so clean into Australian waters.
Absolutely. So how's everything down below and life down below on the boat?
It's a naval officer's mess.
You mean it's a naval officer's mess or a naval officer's mess?
Well, it's a naval officer's mess. But that's the fun of solo sailing. You can be yourself. You come down to your primitive animal existence. Everything comes down to the lowest level of organization that's possible. And you want to look for something, you find it in the floorboard or in the bilge. So it's kind of cool. But everything is wet. And that's because one hatch is leaking, and I got some windows leaking and stuff like that. So I got, it rains inside, so I'm mostly in my wet weather gear. But
really? So that sleeping bag and everything is all wet? Or?
It's always wet. It's always wet. But I'm kind of okay with it. I don't have a problem. The thing is, the other entrants did have a lot of time to work on their boats, except probably Elliot and guys like that. But I had only 1.5 months. So our primary focus was to get the boat in a sailing condition rather than tidy up things inside. So we didn't pay attention to the cupboards and lockers and stuff like that. I got 2 cushions made. That's a big thing. But the good thing is I can find what I'm looking for. So I think that's what matters.
Okay. What about your hands? Show us your hands if you don't mind.
Oh, that's no problem.
Oh yeah, that's cool. They're
better than what it was when I started off.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so you actually, my impression is, your face and everything, you are very relaxed. You're a lot more relaxed than Lanzarote and Cape Town.
Yes, the thing is, that thing left me, and then what they teach you in any leadership school is the job of a true leader is to become redundant. And I've taken it to the skipper level now. The job of a skipper is to become redundant. So I've taught BAYANAT to do what it has to do, and it just does.
Cool. And you look as if you've been eating well. You know what I mean? Like you're happy with the food?
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. I got all kinds of meat, and I really don't need any water to cook. I can just heat it and eat it. It's only rice that needs water to cook. And then I can do it with seawater and rinse off the salt. So that's fine. I've been making mackerel fries, thanks to 20 cans of mackerels that Sandy got, and I'm frying it. So yeah, talking about inside of the boat, I don't want you to look inside because she put in a lot of effort, unbelievable effort.
This is Sandy.
Sandy, yes, and she kind of conscripted anybody who would come and anybody who would come to the pontoon and kind of ask, need any help, and Sandy, yeah, come inside and clean, and she did a fantastic job, and now it's like to the lowest
Mackerel
level.
heaven.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bachelor's pad.
Yeah. Perfect. How's the navigation going? What's your sextant look like? Is it been beat up or is it still good?
You want to see? You'll be surprised.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's have a look at your sextant.
Yep.
Sextants have always got a story. It's always fascinating that some people buy new ones, some people get given them, some people have done 2 or 3 voyages and stuff. So it's always good to find out the story, how it evolves. But we're going to get a look. Oh, it's the Abco. it's the little one.
It's a plastic sextant.
Yeah. That's what you've been using.
Yeah, and
perfect.
It doesn't have any errors in the sense it doesn't go out of alignment. It's always aligned.
Yeah.
But when I really want an accurate one,
is that an Abco? That's the simplest Abco. Davis. Yeah.
So the what do you call it? The
index error.
No, the optometrics. So the
optics.
Optics are not great.
Yeah.
When I need good optics, I got a Tamaya.
Yeah.
And that has got a story.
Yeah.
So in 2018, I went to this place in India where all the world's ship come for breaking. Yeah. And I picked up a couple of sextants and stuff, and that fuk here that you remember, the blowing thing. Yeah. So I wrote to this guy again, and he sent me 2 Tamayas.
Yeah.
So I got 2 fantastic pieces which are at least 30, 40 years old.
Yeah.
70 vintage.
Yeah. How much?
70s vintage.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
That's cool. Yeah. So you bought that one, or someone gave it to you?
I know, I bought it.
Yeah, bought it. How much was that one?
I don't know, $80.
$80. Yeah.
But
cool.
it's fantastic.
Yeah. That's okay. And you found Hobart, so that's brilliant.
Hobart is.
Yeah. Are your charts still dry?
My charts? No. So I got something leaking from the window leaks. So I put a towel there, and that's how I keep it dry.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of charts are like one-time use, so I don't need probably Cape Town again, and it's like gone in.
Yeah.
I got mnemonic charts.
Yeah.
They're also one-time use.
Yeah.
So you cover one leg and you don't need it, so it's fine if it's wet.
Yeah. Okay. So now it's all new ground again. You've been to Cape Horn once. Previous to the second ago.
Yes, I've gone by air also. Crossed it from Punta Arenas to Falklands.
Was that with what? Just private one or?
No, I was sitting as a passenger.
Oh yeah. That's okay. All right. So you're going back a third time. You're sort of heading home now. It's a whole new territory again. How do you feel? Explain it.
Let's say from New Year's.
Yeah.
From day one, this is my home.
Yeah.
So I'm already home. I'm not heading anywhere. I'm not heading home.
Yeah.
It's always something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Cape Horn is Cape Horn.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't have words to describe it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And so you're happy going forward. Boat's good. You're good. Nothing you want to change, or you're not.
No, I would love to change a lot of things, but I don't have the time, and it's probably.
What's some of the favourite things you'd like to change, except for leaks and so on?
Oh, well, leaks, that's one thing. I would love to change the deck paint.
The deck paint, yeah.
It's too soft.
Yeah.
I keep slipping.
Yeah.
In fact, once I slipped on this and hit my chest, and then so now I'm more like a Spider-Man, using my hands to move rather than my legs.
Yeah, it's quite smooth, eh?
It's very smooth.
Yeah. Okay. You're happy with? Yeah. Okay. I was going to say you're happy with the furling gears, reefing gears.
Yeah, I think in the first. I think at least till Cape Town, I was concerned. I thought it might be a better idea to have a Genoa on a furler rather than a Yankee.
Yeah.
But then I found a very interesting combination of sails.
Yeah.
And it's way faster than a Genoa or a Yankee, and I had to put some aviation brain into it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, cool. Okay. Talk about that after the race.
Yes. Maybe.
Unless you want to do 26, then you have to keep quiet forever.
Let's see.
Yeah, but you cracked the highest weekly average speed.
I heard so, but the thing is, I just didn't realize.
Yeah. No, you're not trying to do it, but you just
to reduce drag and interference. I don't even stream the the
log.
Yes. And when you take a site, you just need a run for 3 hours or 2 hours or something.
Yeah.
And if the first sight is taken,
yeah,
first sight is taken when the sun is beamed to you, then you don't even need a run.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of working around it, and yeah. But between sites, it's nice to see the big 4 degree, 3.5 degree chunks of jump.
Yeah. Okay, so what are you most looking forward to now?
Well, sleep.
Sleep. Yeah.
No doubt about it. I look forward to sleep, and I need to finish some little work, which I'll do, finish, and then head out.
Okay, that's all cool. So, I think you've got a few things to do, and I know you're going to talk to family and stuff as well. So
I need to see my kids.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, so I think we're just about done. Anything you want to sign off with all your fans? You've got a lot of fans, I've got to tell you. There's a much bigger following. My impression is there's a bigger undercurrent of following this edition than the previous.
Oh, that's good.
Anything you want to say to them before we sign off?
Well, once the camera is off, I will tell you something.
Okay.
But before that, I want to tell them that I'm here because of the efforts of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And if I don't thank them, individually, please forgive me. But there is, Dick, who put in effort. There is my sponsor who's been fantastic. There is Sandy. And there is my wife who's given me all her support.
Yeah.
My brother who flew in at a time when his wife is going to deliver, and after the accident he promised that if I do it again he'll be here, and he was there.
Yeah.
And then of course GGR, which gave me all its support after that collision with Rotra Vente. So I have a lot to be thankful for, and I truly appreciate that, and I truly appreciate all the silent prayers and wishes of my followers. I wish I could really thank everybody individually, but
there's a lot of them.
No, it's illegal. It's illegal to do it on Facebook right now. But and I will be really happy to share stuff, footage and stories once I'm back. A lot of interesting stuff. The things that we entrants, end up doing. It's nice.
Yep, cool. All right, so safe travels. I'd give you a big hug and a shake. It's up what we can't. Cyber stuff, We'll catch up at the end. So stay safe.
You want the footage right now or tomorrow? Because I got a small bunch of letters to write more. I've got some 100 letters already.
Okay. We'll work something out to get out of here tomorrow.
Cool.
What time do you reckon you're going to take off?
I'll figure out. Probably late evening once the northerly blow is off and the
late evening tomorrow. Yeah, cool.
When the southwesterly begins, I think that's when I will plan.
Yeah, good idea. There's a big one out there.
I mean, it's quite possible that I might ride it out and I might get a few 100 miles or something, but I think it's not worth it. And in the sense, it might not break things, but it will weaken things. I don't want it to happen.
Okay, so if nothing else, we'll call you on the radio. And if nothing else, I'll swim out and grab the bits and take it back. Sounds cool. Okay, excellent. We're gonna sign off. Thank you, Abhilash. Good to see you.
Yes,
fantastic.
And
you
got to seal my phone if you plan to do that.
Seal the what?
My phone.
Oh, what happened to your phone?
I opened it for Tapio.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So that's one job you got to do.
It doesn't matter. We got the account, so it doesn't matter. We don't have to seal it. You seal your phone or your GPS?
No. I opened the phone instead of the GPS.
Yes.
Because my phone had boating app.
Yes.
I took permission from what's his name, Sebastian.
Yeah.
Plus, my phone can detect AIs.
Yes.
Okay. From if I told Sebastian specifically that if you get in touch with Tapio, make sure that he activates his PAB, personal AI beacon, because my phone can see it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I opened my phone instead.
Okay, the best thing to do there is, we'll talk about it in a minute. We've got a process. We use the same for customs. We'll show you what we do. We'll do that.
Or if you want me to seal it in front of you, sign it.
What we do is just wrap it up. This is what we do. Everyone's listening to how it works. What you do now is you seal it up, right, with duct tape or something.
Okay.
Sign it and then take a photograph of it.
Okay, cool.
Because then you can't repeat it if you break it. We're not worried about that.
I know.
So, but that's
it's a pain to.
Exactly.
It's
just seal it up again, sign it on the tape or something, and then take a photograph and give us the tapes, and we've got it. That's all we need.
Okay, perfect.
Something like that. It's easy. Okay, excellent. All good. Thank you for your help with Tapio. He's home. You probably heard. He's with his family for Christmas, all that stuff.
That's great. It was surprising. What happened? Any idea?
He doesn't know even. They're working on some theories, and there might be 2 or 3 theories, and they should have that in another week or so. But It was really shocking, as you know, fast. He had 6 minutes or something to get off the boat.
That's what I heard. I heard that he didn't have time to think. He just could grab his grab bag. And was his life raft inside or outside?
No, it was in the cockpit.
Oh, that's good.
He got that over, inflated it, tied it up on, and cut the line because the boat was sinking so fast, and tied a slip knot.
Yeah.
Had his survival suit on, went inside, grabbed the comms grab bag, couldn't get the other one, turned around, the slip knot came undone, the life raft drifting away, so he then jumped and got to the raft, and then he proceeded to watch his boat sink, so it was very lucky.
And he was sleeping.
He was asleep, woke up, and the water's above his knees when he got out, when he stepped out.
Goodness.
So a new rule for 26, everyone's got to have a high water bilge alarm very loud in case they're asleep and they're sinking.
I can assure you it's not the toilet, because mine is like leaked all 24 hours and it didn't fill the bilge.
Yeah. Okay, all right, we'll sign off so you can carry on.
Okay, cool.
See you later, everybody, and